We're live. Why is there a yellow square? All right, everybody. Hello. We only got 12 people here. I want to start like in 2 minutes. I was trying to set up a Google Meet thing, but by the looks of it, you guys can't have access to it because I can't share screen. I cannot share screen. I think I've tried everything on YouTube to figure out how to share screen, like do a live stream with share screen, but it is not working. Hello. Yeah, it's just not working. So I was gonna do a Google Meet. Google Meet, apparently you guys don't have access to it or something weird. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with this. It's gonna be difficult to do the actual game itself on YouTube. That's what. Use OBS. OBS needed update. Also, it's not working right now. Most likely, I'm gonna have to. I was gonna do Google Meet just because it's easy, and also I can hear your responses like live, not just typing. Anywho, I'll get started with. I'll do sixth grade last. Let me just go speed run through fifth and eighth, seventh, eighth grade material. Fifth grade, you're doing a review. No, you're doing a review. I think or brain pop, one of the two. No, brain pop. You're doing brain pop today. Just three videos related to covering. Answer the question. Simple. If you have any questions on that, let me know. On Monday, for eighth and seventh grade, you guys have review or not review. Or you're the ones that have brain pop. Keep forgetting who has who. Hang on, let me quickly look over. Nah, eighth and seventh grade have brain pop. Yeah, cells in the body, human body. Also, you're gonna cover atoms. It's pretty simple. Fifth grade, you have notes and review. So just page. I think it's page. Two of you already turned it in. Just page 439 and 442. Plus the notes. Remember, I'll collect those notes at the end of the year and give you a final grade on it. Yeah, you don't have to do any of this. Yeah, fat chance. This is actually easy compared to public school stuff. I don't know why people complain. Anyway, seventh grade, eighth grade, you guys are covering cells. If you remember anything from fifth grade, especially seventh grade, it's just a review. Nucleus is the center of a cell. You'll learn about how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and all that. Cytoplasms, organelles, the organs that are inside. Hi. You'll just cover stuff like that. Zoom, there's a problem with Zoom. I don't like Zoom. Zoom is also apparently some Chromebooks don't want to like. I forgot. I think it's not the first like 2 or 3 Chromebooks. It's more the other Chromebooks. Those guys don't want to work for some reason. I think because they tried with different things. It's weird because Google Meet said it was activated for your classroom. Now you could get more connected with your students, but it wasn't. I'm getting more comments. Anyway, welcome to the stream. I'm getting off some messages of you guys arriving on the stream. But yeah, with fifth grade, you guys are doing rocks, quick cells for seventh and eighth grade. I will do another live stream dedicate those two, most likely on Wednesday. With rocks and minerals, there's not much we can talk. I wish we could do the actual labs in person. It would be fun. Eighth, 7, and 8th, your cells. Well, this is the last section before the end of the year. I don't think we'll finish this chapter. We're literally stopping on cells, and after that, you graduate, or you do earth science astronomy next year if you're seventh grade. okay, you guys will be doing cells the first thing when you return back to school in high school, especially if you're taking bio or honors bio. Unless for some reason you skipped and went to chemistry, it's gonna be a difficult time. Anywho, now for the main event. Let's talk about the game. Now, I swear I thought I taught you guys this game, but I'm sorry I can't really give you a proper share screen here on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately dictate what's going on. I'm gonna put a link to the game if you don't have already a link open already. You're gonna screenshot when you get positive net income. So if I'll give you a few minutes to open a different window or something so that you're ready for this. I know for sure I did it with the older grids. I just thought I already did it with sixth grade too, but apparently not. So basically, this link is to a nuclear power simulator. So if you remember from last time, nuclear reactions are way different than chemical reactions. With chemical reactions, it's simple. You lose energy to create to heat and stuff like that. Nuclear energy, you're dealing with more powerful forces. Like it's way more difficult to just simply, just add some heat and woohoo. No, the nuclear power we're talking about will be nuclear fission, which is the breaking apart of atoms into either alpha or beta particles, and the leftover small pieces just shoot like bullets and start a chain reaction until, and that explosion of breaking apart an atom releases energy, and that's why we get the energy for heating water, which water oils, and then it goes through these turbine, the heats another of water because that water's contaminated. That water heats up, turns a turbine, and then the water's cooled, and then the cycle begins all over again between these two. It's almost like three Oreo rings just tied together, like Cheerios tied together. It's like a three-way ring cycle. Um, and this is kind of how it's dictated on the website. So on the website, you should have like this basic instruction top. You can change the city. You can literally just new city, clear city. If you don't want to like show, is it working or not? Basically, and don't worry about test or play site. What I do want to worry about is how to operate this. So before you do anything, don't press anything besides those buttons. In the repair facility, you just repair. It just tells you how much it'll cost or how damaged it is. If any of the lights in the repair facility start blinking, who is the game for? You guys, sixth grade. Is Simon. Um, if for some reason one of these lights starts blinking yellow or slash red, you're gonna have to turn off the power plant and fix it. That's usually what it has to do. Also has to be cool enough because everyone's a human in life. Everyone wants to not melt in scorching heat, trying to fix a problem. So yeah, you gotta have to cool down the radiator down all the way to a specific temperature, so it doesn't burn your skin off. But this is all virtual, and I'm not gonna warn you. If you don't get it by the end of the day, that's fine. Just take a picture of your high score of what you got. So here's how the game works. So you have on the top, as I said before, the city. But if you move down, you have what's called income. Don't worry about the income. That would be another thing we would do, but be it live and not virtually like this. But what want you to take for sure a picture of is your net profit loss. Now, when you started, obviously you don't make money immediately. You have to lose money in order to build this facility, and not to mention you have workers you have to pay and other things you have to pay, so nothing happens. Now, here's how the game runs. So the real controllers are, if you scroll down, there's three buttons, or technically four buttons and three like what looks like levers. There's something called the start, reset, pause, primary pump, secondary pump. Now, when you start this and don't think yet, you're gonna first click on start. What is this? I put it on the links either on Classroom or on the comment section to the link to the game because you're gonna screenshot your results. You'll when you start the game, you want to press start followed by clicking on primary pump, secondary pump, because if you don't turn those on, then your factory is going to overheat and you're going to cause a nuclear meltdown. That's what happened in Chernobyl, but Chernobyl was a different situation. Once you do that, but actually before you start, you want to click on the reactor core. Now here you have a plus and minus. Same thing with primary coolant, secondary coolant. Now, the reactor core is basically where like nuclear fuel rods that go to like this vat of water start reacting. They start reacting and start not melting, but diffusing. They're going through nuclear fission. They're breaking apart. They're creating heat. This boils the water. Now, that's fine and all dandy because eventually that boiled, contaminated water goes into a heat exchanger, which this is where you could say the clean water and the contaminated water are meeting, but it's not touching. Like it's just a pipe that has the contaminated water, while a normal, like you say, bigger pipe or is surrounding that pipe, that contaminated pipe water, and just simple like physical contact. For example, if you remember transfer of energy, touching something that's hot or cold, obviously you're gonna feel it. Like touching a hot stove, your hand's gonna get hot because it's being basically touched hot. And basically that heats up that water, and that clean water, after being heated up by the contaminated pipe, tends to turn on the actual turbine, steam turbine, to basically create power. In terms of generator crank, and that creates energy. Now, after that, uh, basically covers the whole steam and eventually starts condensing it and creates back into normal water. Uh, but yeah, and there's a secondary coolant pump. That's what cools it off. Now, before we get started, for the reactor core, I recommend you, after you click start, raise it up to 50. Now, here's the thing: all these valves in the game, you want to keep them not that close to yellow, but not that close, but not too low, like no lower than the halfway point. You're not going to create any power. That steam turbine is cranking up, I think, at least 1,500. It's cranking up to 1,500. It's not going to create power. After that, you will start making power and you'll start making money. Now, once you notice, at first, again, you're going to lose a lot of money initially because you got to pay for all the power and energy to go into it, which is weird because you're totally a power plant, but that's not the case. Um, but over time, you will need to make sure that it's not too high. For example, emergency vents, that should say at zero. You should never have the emergency vent have to activate because that's releasing contaminants to the nature. But everything else, you want it at least somewhere in the middle or yellow without touching the yellow. Over time, your stuff will get faulty. It will start getting damaged, but in the end, you should be able to make some money. If you want more instructions, you're more than welcome to press any of the three buttons, either basic instruction, detailed instructions, or tips and strategies, just by scrolling down. It gives you a little strategy on how to increase, how to make it better. But yeah, it should take you more than like 10 minutes to start making money. Like if you play your cards right, you can literally get it in a minute. Like I remember thinking last year, I think I did it with sixth grade, seventh grade. They managed to do a really, really high. What's it called? Yeah, sorry for the stream being laggy. Um, they had a really high money cap, and they made a lot of money initially. I think I forgot who it was, but they instantly just started working immediately, and it succeeded by the end. Don't have a meltdown, please. Oh my goodness. Don't turn everything to max, please. That is bad, bad, bad. Like unless you're quick on the buttons, you're not gonna succeed. But anywho, again, I'm not. If you can't make this happen within the hour, that's fine. Just screenshot your high score that you got. Don't screenshot a meltdown though. That's like saying like I caused a massive explosion and everyone died. The end. Yes, red cards, Spencer, red cards. Yeah. So please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that. Just make sure that you have a positive income. So, for example, I really hate I can't show you my stuff live stream. I can't share screen or something on YouTube, but I will. Uh, let's see what we can do. All right. I'm just gonna commentate my. So I'm gonna start it off, and if you want to follow what I'm saying, you're more than welcome to. So I'm gonna start the simulator, and I'm gonna raise every my reactor. I'm gonna forgot. Gotta turn on the primary and secondary pumps before I can do anything. I'm going to raise it up to roughly 35 or 40. Let's raise it up to 40. And the primary coolant I'm going to do a little bit higher because I don't want it to overheat. I'm going to raise it up to 50 initially. And same thing with the secondary coolant. You got to keep that coolant down. Not too high, not too low. Secondary coolant should be slightly higher than the primary coolant, but sometimes you want to flip it over. It depends on what the numbers you read. You have to click on start and then click primary and secondary pumps. You got to click those two. Those two should be turned on. Okay, so right now I'm losing money, but right now I'm making a lot of power. I'm breaking roughly 785 and it's going up. Just want to keep an eye on that reactor core. Make sure it's not too high. If you need to raise the primary coolant, raise the primary coolant so that it doesn't reach up to 700. I'm gonna keep it around 700ish, but don't pass it over 750. But if it goes too down, then you're gonna get cold. It's gonna get cold, and you can't do anything. You can't create power. Just make sure keep an eye on all the valves. Play around again. Worry if you don't get it immediately, but so far I'm doing fine. Why is there a lag freak symbol? Oh my goodness. But yeah, just keep an eye on it, play around, see what's good. Right now I'm making positive money. I should be in the positives, I would say, in a few minutes. Like nothing, everything's fine. All the numbers are, reactor core is going down slightly, but everything else is a-okay. Just play around, like fidget. Don't worry about like putting like max it out and like max it low. Like just play one at a time, seeing what's a good amount. Because again, you don't want to be too high, or else you're gonna overdo you're gonna overdo it and possibly cause damage to your power plant. Again, just keep an eye on everything. Once you get to positive, just screenshot it. Again, it shouldn't take more than 5-10 minutes to do it. But yeah, and make sure keep an eye on your repair facilities. Make sure everything's in the good. I think it starts flashing yellow when you're below 50%. And but like for example, you can't change your fuel rods until it's under 50. So it's fine if it's the same thing with everything else. But make sure again you cool everything down. Make sure you're not, and sure you're going to be losing money, but you got to keep the factory running. Got to keep the factory running. Yeah, you can't have meltdowns, dude. Remember, I don't count a meltdown as a victory; it's a loss. I'm about to enter winning in a bit. Yeah, I'm like 100K from making money, and just simply again, just take a picture, screenshot it, and then submit it to Classroom. I'll give you points for completing it. Yeah, as you see, this is really hard, and this is just a simplified version of it. I can give you the hard in college. You play this game again, like if you take a chemistry class, because you have to learn how you have to manage energy through nuclear fission. And there's the harder mode, which basically adds a few more things here and there. Here it's just 8 squares, but in reality, it's actually much longer. We have a question from our audience member. What's the question? Come on, log. Please show off. I just got a notification that someone asked a question. Oh, here it is. What day are you on? Let me see. I'm on day 20. I'm on day 20. I'm 100K away from making money. As you see, that takes a long time just to make cash. You can play around to make more money. Also, if you have a city on top, the more lights that you can say how percentage wise how much of the whole area is being satisfied. Like for example, your game score is originally if I had this game, you would get extra credit for having the highest game score. Same thing with demand satisfaction. You can technically get it to 100%. It's kind of hard, but it's possible. You can keep it up there for I would say like a week or two in game days. But yeah, it's possible. It's just takes a long time, and you have to like be really careful with your numbers. Like you don't want too high that it starts overheating, and then oh boy, we got nope, got money, got money, got money, got money, got money. Screenshot, bingo. Hang on, let me show you. Just to show you, I finally started making money. I think I was on day. What day am I on? Day 13, and it took 5 minutes, give or take. See, I made money. Don't make a meltdown, dude. Come on. Why you give me red cards, Spencer? Stop it. So just letting you know, it is possible. You can do it in a few minutes. It just takes a trial and error. Again, it's fine if you get meltdowns the first couple times, but over time it should be slightly easier. I got it up to 100. Wait, you got it up to 100% satisfaction, or 100 days it took you to finish it? I'm checking my numbers, making sure I'm not like messing things up. But yeah, I'm doing good on money. I still have over 90% of my fuel rods, 62% satisfaction rating. Ooh, excuse me. I had some Doritos. Dude, you have to, or else you will be fined, and that 152K is gone. You have to care. 100 megawatts of power. Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I got a close to 200 megawatts of power. Oh no, lies. I got 64. I got 64.3. Yeah, I need to get it higher so I can make more money. But basically, yeah. It's possible to get 100. I think depending on the city, you either need a lot of power or a little amount of power. I got like a medium sized city. Like here, I'll take another picture and show you. That's weird. It's weird. Anywho, yeah, as you see, it's foggy, but it's like 64. The city is not high. These should be the numbers you should be getting in order to get it into the positives, give or take. But yeah, overall, it shouldn't be that hard of a game. It's just good. It's good simulation of how hard it is to run a nuclear power plant. But over time, it should be not that bad. Again, Homer Simpson, Stanley, the smartest man in in Springfield, because if he's alone working this, yeah, shouldn't shouldn't leave someone alone with that. But yeah, sorry, I'm like not talking. I'm like actually getting into it. UK, you finished? All right, take a screenshot. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, just Google search screenshots on Chromebooks and submit it on Classroom. Man, four of you already got it to positives. Woo! Not bad. Again, it's also if someone in your class is having trouble, just give them a hand. Oh, I got it up to 60. Oh, it went down. Let me raise it up. Raise my nuclear reactor. Oh boy! Oh boy! Can I get it to 750? Reactor's getting way too hot. I have to cool it down a little bit. Once it gets to 45, I'm gonna start cooling it down. It doesn't slow down. Oh, it slowed down. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lower my secondary coolant. Yeah, lowering the secondary coolant helps make more steam because you're cooling it off, but at the same time, it could cause problems if you don't be careful. So the primary coolant should be the highest. After a while, well, the coolant's the lowest unless you have a problem where you're gonna have to flip it to cool off the reactor core by making the primary coolant lower and they're higher along with the secondary coolant higher. Net profit is basically what's wait is the net profit the same as net? Well, no, net profit is how much money you're making, like had made, like physically, because I mean you have to pay off. Or no, lies. Net profit is how much money you made. Net worth is how much everything's worth. Like for example, once you take that net profit, how much, and you pay off like your employees and all the fees and stuff, that is your net worth. Because I think the net worth is yeah. How do you know when you're down? Can you just clarify that? Is it like how do you know when you're done? Basically inside on the panel where it says net profit, like as I showed in the picture earlier, if the numbers are green, that means you've made money. You now this power plant has become operable. Like you actually can make money. Yeah, that's when you're done. When you start making money, you can keep playing if you want. See if you can get a high score, but that's all I was gonna do. Technically, I was gonna do a little bit more, but in person, like if we had a class, we would actually do more. Like you would actually make a mini nuclear reactor. It wouldn't be made it with heat. It would be made with other things, but like it would be like a Rube Goldberg convention. But we can't do that. So yeah. Oh man, a lot of people finishing. Yeah, half of your for only well yeah for just half of the class is done, or I can't tell if half the class is done or all the class is done. Man, this is weird. 100. Okay, sorry, I'm reading all your comments now. Wow, a lot of guys have a lot of power. They have way more power than I did. Oh my! You guys are making my phone die for many vibrations. Yeah. I remember. All I want is that you actually succeeded and managed to make money. That's fine if you want to end it there, but you're more than welcome to see if you could get a high score. We might do this again if we return back to school, like as an extra activity or something. But like for I don't know advisory, because I don't know if you guys will have advisory with me next year or not. But we could do it again. It's super fun. Oh, you have a positive number? Is it red or is it green? If it's green, take a screenshot now and submit that. If it's red, no, you have to finish up. That worth I forgot where that is. That's what if you're asking about income, that's how much money you're making right now per second. My steam turbine's not making that much power. What in the world? Hmm. Uh, what happens when your loss is greater than your profit? No, your loss when your loss is greater than your profit. Uh, what do you mean? That's mostly that. What you're saying sounds like you lost money, but you're making more money. Like, wait, hold on. Oh, your income. Oh, the basically the income's how much money you're making right now per second or per day. From the energy. It's fine if it's your net profit is smaller. I mean, you're paying your employees and all and the lease and all this other maintenance fees. That's where the other money goes. So technically, you only get like a fraction of that cash. So over time, you might make more money than you're actually incoming, but that just takes time. Anyway, I'm gonna be here for another like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So if you have any questions, go right ahead, and I'll gladly answer. It takes a couple days or weeks or months, depending on how much power you're making, and also like your percentage of how much your fuel rods have. Also, making sure not to damage the factory because then you're gonna lose money from that because you got to repair it. Also, there, like for example, as I said before, in reality, if there's a problem, like nuclear power plants are one of the most secure and guarded um, like power plants of all time. Like they're always constantly being checked on to make sure like you're again. If you've seen Chernobyl, you've seen what was the other one? There was one in New York or Pennsylvania. There was like another. It wasn't as bad as Chernobyl, but it still was a meltdown. It was a semi meltdown. They managed to contain it, but that area got closed off permanently. Don't worry, there's no secret stuff. So that's the most. I can if you want. I'll tell you in the next stream, I guess. What was the highest total I saw? But again, if you just submit me your like just passing score, like that you actually made income or made money, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna give you minus points for not finishing it on time or something. But yeah, just seeing the simulation of how jobs work. Like, Also, nuclear. I heard nuclear power plants. If you worked one for one, you make a lot of money because again, you're in charge of a lot of things, but people you have to charge with the city's supply, but you make a lot of money, like a lot of money, more than coal/oil plants, because you're working with dangerous stuff and you're putting your life on the line, and along with everyone else's life on the line. So yeah, there's career choices, man. What is it? What is it, Thor? You want to see nuclear power plants too? Okay, okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. He says hi. He wants to say hi. He's been a good boy. Say hi. No bites. I know you're losing your teeth, but no biting my hands to lose your teeth. Now he's seeing my phone because he sees all the comments. Thor says hi. He will be at graduations and so other events. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring him to graduation. Naji. He'll be there. He'll be giving you diplomas or something. I'll put a diploma in his mouth and he'll come and bring it to you. Hey, no bitey. I told you, you're losing teeth. It's your call. But we haven't decided yet on when graduation will be or what event or what we're gonna do for it. Like, I know we could do what they're doing for birthdays and just do a what's it called, um, a carpool or whatever. Like, yeah, congratulations, here's your diploma in the car. Oh, that means it's getting injured or something. You have to lower the fuel rods and increase the coolant. Or if it's the coolant that's getting endangered, you have to play around with it and increase it or lower depending on. Yeah, it's bad. Yellow's bad. It means you're damaging it. Just make sure you took a screenshot before you enter that mode. Yeah, it gets harder later on in the game. Looks like just 4 of you are missing. But everyone else, good job, guys, man. Okay, you guys can replay if you want. Just make sure to take screenshots of your screen when you actually got positive. Don't take a screenshot if it's negative or meltdown. That's instant lose. Instant. Why can't we do Zoom classrooms? I watch YouTube videos. I know what happened. Yeah, that profit needs to be green. I think. Yeah, the reason why I don't do Zoom Classroom is because I see YouTube videos about people invading Zoom Classrooms. I'm like, nope, not doing that. Not doing that. That's why I was trying to do what's it called, Google Classroom, because at least with that one, it's only you guys. But my looks it doesn't work. Stop fighting in the comment section. Name of their dress. Name of their dress we held. Okay. Yeah, it tells the screenshot. TV show. Yeah, it just showed me the not the income, the net worth. Like, it was in green or red. So in my picture I took, and you could ask a few others. Yeah, just the net profit. Just the net profit is fine. Like easy right here. Where's my finger? Right here. This part I need. Should be in green. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah, I tried it with a few of you guys. I think it was someone asked me like, are we using Google? It's like, yeah. Like, let's see if it works. I tried it earlier, and we tested it out, but it wasn't working on their end. I'm like, well, guess it's YouTube then. I'll try again Google with someone else, but we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna have to end the stream for that to happen, and I don't want to. And I'm gonna end the stream anyhow soon, so we'll see. We'll see what we could do with Google. If not, I'll ask the principal and see if we can get you, maybe because it's parental lock or something, unlock all Chromebooks to allow video chat and stuff. Because I really want to know how many of you actually use the Chromebooks for like those video pad times, those Zoom stories or whatever. But yeah, anywho, I gotta end this stream. Good guys. Ooh, man, this was a really productive stream. You guys, this one and Star Wars ones are the more chatty of the bunch, but also enjoyable. All right, guys, take care. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Remember, screenshot those positives, those net worth, because money, it's only what it's worth. All right, that will be a grade. With that being said, so I'll catch you guys later. Okay, see ya.